This is Steve Colano, and this is Confidential Remarks. To sell a house in the United States today, the median family ends up spending around 40% of their annual income on closing fees and transfer taxes. The vast majority of that financial burden comes from real estate commissions. Think about buying a stock. 20 years ago, making a trade meant navigating a crowded brokerage floor and paying a hefty fee. Today, software has driven the cost of that transaction down to almost zero. Now, look at the real estate market. Today, there are roughly 6 million homes sold in the US every year and 1.3 million active real estate agents fighting over them. Basic economics dictates that when technology improves and the labor supply is heavily saturated, prices drop. Yet real estate commissions remain frozen right where they were decades ago at a stubborn 5 to 6%. Look at a park bench or a local billboard, and you will see the exact same aggressive marketing. Everyone claims to be the leading agent or the number one brokerage in your local city. Those rankings are largely a mirage. Brokerages frequently exploit a loophole by funneling all of their local transaction data through a single lead agent, allowing that one face to legally claim the top spot by artificially inflating their individual numbers. The cutthroat posturing on billboards hides a much quieter reality. Agents do not actually survive in this market by fiercely undercutting each other's prices. They survive through strict, unyielding cooperation. The American housing market has a unique structural quirk. When you sell a house, you don't just pay your own agent. You are legally expected to pay the commission of the agent representing the person buying your home. This arrangement lives inside the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS. It's the central nervous system where agents share property information, and crucially, where listing agents formally state exactly how much of a cut they're willing to offer the buyer's agent. But there is a major asymmetry built into this network. The specific dollar amount offered to the buying agent is clearly broadcast to every other agent on the platform, but it is structurally hidden from the actual home buyer browsing online. Relying on the seller to pay the fee while hiding that exact cost from the buyer creates a massive conflict of interest. It perfectly incentivizes buyer agents to prioritize their own payout over their client's budget. Industry insiders call this steering. It happens when a buyer's agent quietly ignores properties that offer lower commission rates, anything under 2.5%, and instead guides their clients toward homes that promise a higher payout. If a seller decides to challenge the system and offer a discount rate, their property faces an almost immediate silent boycott from local buyer agents. This chart from the Brookings Institution shows what happens when sellers try to offer lower commissions. Focus on the dark blue bars. You can see a severe spike in the number of low commission listings that languish completely unsold for 180 days or more. This second table breaks down the raw probability of a sale. Looking directly at panel A, the negative coefficients clearly indicate a significant quantifiable drop in the overall likelihood that a discounted home will ever sell at all. Steering is not an industry myth. It is a highly effective, data-backed enforcement mechanism used to financially punish any consumer who attempts to inject true price competition into the market. A small fraction of agents hold an immense amount of leverage. In local markets, the top 10% of agents are required to close 81% of all housing transactions. This table reveals purchasing patterns of dominant brokerages. In panel A, as market share grows, their propensity to show low commission listings drops significantly. In panel B, dominant agents exhibit the exact same exclusionary behavior. Discount properties are iced out. Since a successful sale inherently requires two agents to cooperate, the threat of being blacklisted by top firms acts as an invisible wall. Sellers comply with inflated fees out of sheer fear that their home will otherwise be ignored. In the United Kingdom, the market functions very differently. Buyers and sellers pay their own agents directly out of pocket, and overall commission rates hover closer to 1%. The American model creates staggering labor waste by comparison. The United States handles roughly 6 times as many housing transactions as the UK every year, but we require 26 times as many agents to do it. Artificially high guaranteed commissions do not guarantee premium service. They simply pull a surplus of inexperienced agents into a lucrative field, dragging down national labor productivity while everyone fights over finite sales. As long as home buyers believe their agent's representation is completely free, they have zero incentive to shop around, compare services, or negotiate the rate of the professional guiding them. The clearest policy solution is what economists call untying commissions. This means forcing buyers to take direct financial responsibility for their own agent's fee. If a buyer has to pay their agent out of their own pocket, they instantly become a highly price-sensitive consumer. They will negotiate, abruptly stripping dominant brokerages of their ability to steer clients toward bloated payouts. Exposing the true cost of agent representation to the buyer is the only way to dismantle forced cooperation. Until the consumer feels the price, the illusion of competition will remain, and the fees will never drop. This has been Confidential Remarks.